I thought to do a simple podcast today for two reasons. First, in response to all the talk about digital detoxification by schools in Europe. And secondly, because of all the people who believe that going back to physical paper is actually good for children. Obviously, I disagree with both. But before we dive deep into this, let's address the elephant in the room. A phone has never been a productivity device. And getting one for a child to use for school doesn't make any sense. Our channel focuses on digital productivity on the iPad and Mac. Purposefully skip the phone because not a productivity device. So all this talk about cutting screen time is mostly for phones, not tablets. And I think that is the most annoying part for me, where people just bracket every technology under the same umbrella. Because the truth is, we don't see people glued to their laptops on the street or massive tablets either. No, the device that's causing all these problems is far much smaller and portable. It can fit in your pocket, go under your pillow at night, and even be with you in the shower. I did a video in December 2024 on how my husband and I use the same phone. But what I didn't mention back then is that we can't share the same iPad or Mac. That is because we each have our jobs that require that. So it didn't make sense for us to share an iPad or to use the same computer. So we have those separate. But the phone, on the other hand, is not something that is meant to be productive on. So it can be shared, like phones have always been a family thing, with the landline phones. A family only had one phone. I don't have TikTok or Instagram. My Facebook is for work, and so is his. No Twitter, X. Last used it when it was still Twitter. Or Threads either. Even for work, I shut those down because for a digital productivity brand, they just never worked out for me. But all of these work very well and are optimized for a phone. Now, what do you think is going to happen if you chuck a 5-year-old in front of a tiny screen? I don't even know in what world that will make sense, but we've done it for years now. Even getting a teenager a phone, what purpose does that serve? Really, when you think about it, when you ask yourself those critical questions, the answers are not something that any of us want to face. But that is the reality of our world today. As technologically inclined as I always have been, I officially got my first phone after I turned 18, only because I was studying abroad and needed to communicate with my parents. That's what a phone is for. But somehow we've managed to turn it into something completely different. On a different note, I am happy that we're starting to have a conversation about this. Governments are now willing to take a more active approach towards digital health and responsibility. But that also needs to be done right. Don't ban all technology in the classrooms, only the destructive ones. Honestly, who really wants to watch TikTok videos on a 12-inch tablet? I also like the initiative by Dr. Imran Rashid to ban social networks for under 15s. But I would personally just put it a little differently. Those who are not old enough to vote shouldn't own a mobile phone. Not only will that be a massive financial relief for their parents, it actually does them a lot of good. Because what are you using a phone for at that age? Here's where I want to bring the textbook conversation back in. I don't hate physical books. I don't hate paper. Well, maybe a little. So I do think some schools run in the wrong direction when they treat paper as the cure and digital as the disease. Paper doesn't fix destruction. We had that even before phones. There's just some children that can't concentrate, even without a screen in front of them. And that's a reality we also need to address. Strong boundaries fix destruction. Clear rules fix destruction. I went to a high school that didn't allow phones during school hours. If you were caught with a phone, they would confiscate it, and that just controlled phones. And parents making hard choices fix distractions. My mom had a no phones before 18 policy. As a child, I wanted a phone. As a teenager, I wanted a phone, but still didn't make me get one. So, schools can absolutely use physical textbooks where they make sense, if they make sense, but they can also use tablets, laptops, and structured digital tools to support learning, research, creativity, and accessibility. The issue never starts with digital. The issue started with unrestricted phone culture that turned a family communication device into a personal device no one else can touch. That is the real problem we need to be addressing when we talk about digital health. A device is just a tool. Doors, windows can also be bad if used the wrong way. And technology is not different. Let's pause here and continue in the next episode because this is not a conversation we can rush. In the meantime, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree that phones sit at the center of this problem, not technology as a whole? And how do you feel about schools returning to physical textbooks? Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.